Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing the iconic, the impeccable, the flawless, the amazing Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. Yes, it has been 10 years, bitch, a decade since. So today we're going to discuss how Single Ladies Put a Ring on It and its video changed the music industry, and also how it changed Beyoncé's artistry and the way that she approaches her music. Now let's get into the background of Single Ladies Put a Ring on It, right? So 2008, that's the year. Beyoncé's coming off of her sophomore album, Bible Day, or colloquially as it's often referred to as B-Day. And Beyoncé's looking for a new sound. B-Day, I would say, alienated the general public with its aggressive sound, something that was a departure from her solo debut in Dangerously in Love, which was full of radio hits and full of, softer, less aggressive sounds, I would say. In fact, if it wasn't for Irreplaceable, massive hit in its own right, I would say B-Day might have been written off as a failure. And I mean, oftentimes, when you think about Beyoncé and her work, B-Day is often seen as like the black sheep of her albums. I mean, if you look at when Beyoncé releases a new project, all of her albums and a lot of her popular singles rise to the top. But guess who's always missing from that influx of Beyoncé purchases whenever Beyoncé does something major? B-Day. B-Day is never in the charts, and it's never getting recurrent sales. It's, like I said, the black sheep of the family. It's often forgotten, I would say, by the general public. And we'll get into that, and we'll discuss about B-Day and its genius in a whole nother video. But today we're talking about Single Ladies. So yes, Beyoncé was looking for a new sound. Beyoncé herself said she wanted to have more timeless and more iconic music. And so that manifested itself into the dual disc album that we know today as I Am Sasha Fierce. The I Am side filled with adult contemporary ballads that showed a more softer and more vulnerable side of Beyoncé.
I think it's the most personal album I've ever done. Most vulnerable, most musical, most artistic. It's my favorite side of.
But girl, if you know B-Day, B-Day is very vulnerable. But I digress. And its counterpart, Sasha Fierce, which was just for the fans.
And Sasha Fierce is for the fans. It's for the fans.
Now, this is my big problem with I Am Sasha Fierce and why it's not really one of my favorite albums of Beyoncé's. So she's speaking so passionately about the I Am side of the album, right? Which I totally understand. Beyoncé developing her artistry in the 90s, which came with the likes of Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, which gave us powerful adult contemporary ballads. You want to emulate that in your work. You want to have something that will stand with that in your work. And as a singer, I totally understand that. Beyoncé sounds amazing on those ballads. Beyoncé sounds phenomenal. And like I said, that's honestly its saving grace, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to its counterpart, Sasha Fierce, the way that she just, it's just for the fan. It comes across as not having any effort put into it. Her heart wasn't really into the Sasha Fierce side of things, and that's a big part of the album. So I'll discuss a whole nother video of why I Am Sasha Fierce is my favorite, but that just speaks to the afterthought of what that whole side of the album was. It was a complete afterthought to Beyoncé, a complete afterthought to the label. Which brings us to the first two singles, If I Were a Boy and Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. Previously, we saw Beyoncé shooting a video, I think in September, for If I Were a Boy. And we got pictures from the set. Beyoncé was dressed as a cop. It was really exciting. There was a lot of momentum going into this album. Beyoncé had a new sound. The girls were excited. The girls were excited. Now, I'm doing this all from memory, but if I remember correctly, Single Lady and If I Were a Boy had their radio premiere about a week before that their videos premiered. If I remember, like October 7th, something like that. Girl, if I got that date right, shout out to me. Hey yo, shout out to Beyonce World Board. If y'all don't know what Beyoncé World Board is, BW Board, it was a forum, and yeah, I missed y'all. Y'all comment below if y'all are watching this video. But girl, we'll discuss forum culture and all of that in another video. We heard both If I Were a Boy and Single Ladies. Single Ladies was something that was very familiar to me, so of course, I liked it, of course. But I was really caught up in the pandemonium that was built around If I Were a Boy. It was the Saturday before that the videos were supposed to premiere on MTV. If I Were a Boy leaked on Yahoo. Now, if y'all remember that, y'all are some real ass fans. But yes, I watched the video illegally on yahoo.com because it leaked and they weren't supposed to release it, but they did early. And I saw the video and I liked that. The video was directed by Jake Nava and they had made some pretty great work together. Crazy in Love, Naughty Girl, Baby Boy, Beautiful Liar. So of course, like, girl, we were expecting a lot from this video. And like I said, it was a nice video. It told a storyline, something that Beyoncé usually hadn't done at that point. Beyoncé done mostly performance videos. So it was something different. I appreciated it. I liked it. It was nice. Fast forward to that Tuesday or that Monday that the videos actually premiered on MTV. And I saw the Single Ladies video. Girl. It was a wrap. It was a wrap from there. I remember being so mesmerized by the video. It was the video that I just kept on replaying and replaying and replaying and replaying. And honestly, that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be something. So let's just go ahead and give some background on the video. So the video actually was inspired by some Bob Fosse choreography called Mexican Breakfast. Now, Mexican Breakfast was memed when Walk It Out was dubbed over it. And Beyoncé wanted to create something very similar to that effect where the video was on a crane and it followed the ladies. It incorporated a southern dance style called J-setting. It's the parts of the videos where essentially someone throws a stand and then the accompanying dancers behind her follow behind. That's when Beyoncé does something, you know, for an 8 count and then the next count they come in and the dancers join behind them. So they incorporated that as well as the Bob Fosse inspired choreography to create the iconic dance that we know. If I Were a Boy clearly had the bigger push from the label. It had a bigger budget for a music video. It had the proper release channels, that being a release on radio, release worldwide, and release digitally on iTunes. It did pretty well in the charts. It got all the way to the top 5, I think, on its 3rd week, and it stayed around there. Single Ladies only got a radio release. In fact, if I was to tell you that Single Ladies wasn't intended to be the hit that it was, you'd probably think I was crazy. But that was the case. Single Ladies never even got a proper digital release, so people weren't even able to buy the song. It was just supposed to be a supplemental release for US radio for Beyonce's, I would say, urban fans. It wasn't supposed to be the big hit that it was. All of the money and all the attention was supposed to stay on If I Were a Boy. That was until the phenomenon of the video took over. It wasn't until I Am Such a Fierce, the album was released on iTunes, that people could actually purchase Single Ladies, that it debuted at #1 on the Hot Digital charts and completely eclipsed If I Were a Boy in the chart, outpinking its counterpart singles, #3 position, to rise to #2. And in the following weeks, it ended up going #1 and staying there for 5 weeks non-consecutively. And by that time that Single Ladies had eclipsed If I Were a Boy on the charts, that's when the label had no choice. They couldn't suppress Single Ladies anymore. So in the US, they finally allowed it to be the big hit that it was. Worldwide, it was never really pushed like it should have been, honestly. And that's why if you look at the chart statistics of Single Ladies, If I Were a Boy did really well worldwide, and Single Ladies didn't really catch on. Maybe if the label wasn't so gung-ho on suppressing Single Ladies or If I Were a Boy, But I digress. Let's get into the impact of Single Ladies, which y'all already know. Single Ladies video was a huge phenomenon. Girl, world dignitaries were doing it. Alright, girl, Barack Obama. Yes, was doing the Single Lady dance. It had hundreds and hundreds upon parodies as well as different covers. It was honestly the first major viral hit in the YouTube era, if you think about it. Cited as the first dance craze of the new millennium. Girl, it created Taylor Swift. It created Taylor Swift. It gave us goddamn Taylor Swift.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
And look, girl, here y'all go with that. Oh no, Taylor Swift has her own agency. She's in charge of her own. She did her own thing. Girl, if it was not for Kanye West at the VMAs acting a plumb fool over Beyonce losing the best female video, which she was not wrong. He was not wrong at all. I just want to say The way he went about expressing it was wrong, but he was not wrong. His sentiment was not wrong. That Taylor Swift did not deserve that video over Single Ladies, and that it was one of the greatest videos of all time. But yes, girl, if Kanye had not done that, and had not given a platform for Taylor Swift to cry victim, then we wouldn't have had Taylor Swift. It completely gave the Fearless era, her era, a complete push, and pushed her to whatever. Honestly, it gave Beyoncé a lot more accessibility as an artist. Expanded her platform. She's more recognizable. It was a really big hit. Big hit. If she wasn't Beyoncé, that would be the hit that would encompass her whole career. That would be the one hit. But it's amazing. Beyoncé is Beyoncé, and that hit does not define her. In fact, when you think of Single Ladies, it's a big hit, but it's not the hit. It's not the song you go to see. In fact, she doesn't even perform it on her tour anymore. Isn't that crazy? The video gave Beyoncé her first Video of the Year win at the MTV VMAs. The song won 3 Grammys, including Song of the Year, which is Beyoncé's first and only, to this date, general field win, which is some bullshit, but it's another video. And it ranked high and placed on several all-time lists and year-end lists as well. Single Ladies and the success of its video really shifted a change in Beyoncé to become the visual artist that we know her as today. Visual albums such as 2013 self-titled Beyoncé, as well as 2016's Lemonade, was prompted, I say, by the success of Single Ladies, and it really showed the importance of visuals and how audiences digest music and how a video can completely change how an audience perceives the song. Because think about it, the label, I'm sure Beyoncé herself didn't really think much of Single Ladies. In fact, Single Ladies was created with the B-Day sound in mind, the same sound that they were trying to run away from. The Dream cites Get Me Bodied as inspiration for Single Ladies. It really was the visual that helped Single Ladies become the phenomenon that it was. And like I said, it's the way that people interacted with the video and the song together made Beyoncé realize that visuals are important, and that signaled a change in Beyoncé and a change in her work and a change in her visuals. Now, Beyoncé is often credited with the rise in music videos, again, with her exemplary self-titled visual album that came out in 2013, 5 years after the release of Single Ladies. But I think it was Single Ladies that prompted this change in artistry in Beyoncé. Now, with labels and artists placing so much emphasis and placing more money and placing more creativity in their visuals, it's funny to think that all of this stemmed from a low-budget video that was essentially an afterthought. Thank you, Beyoncé, for Single Ladies. We love the video. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll put all my links below. And interact with your boy. What do you think of Single Ladies? Is Single Ladies one of Beyoncé's most important hits? Sound your thoughts. Comment below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Mwah. And if you liked it, then you should have put a motherfucking ring on it. And if you liked it, then you should have hold on. If you liked it, then you should have put a subscription on it. Yes, girl, subscribe. Hit that button.